Everin looked at a frog and thought, yeah, pretty standard amphibian. Well, think again. These little green jumpers are hiding some of the most bizarre, mind-bending secrets in the entire animal kingdom. Today, we re-hop in deep into the world of frogs to uncover the absolute weirdest facts you've ever heard. From see-through skin to superpower-like abilities, get ready to have your mind blown. This isn't your high school biology class. This is a journey into the strange, the surprising, and the downright freaky. Let us start with a frog that took the phrase "it-s." What S on the inside that counts a little too literally. Meet the glass frog. Native to Central and South American rainforests, these little guys have translucent skin on their bellies. That means you can literally see their internal organs at work, their beating heart, their digesting stomach, their liver, everything. It's like a living, breathing anatomy lesson. Scientists believe this incredible camouflage helps them blend into leaves. As the see-through skin breaks up their body's outline, making them nearly invisible to predators from below. It's one thing to be transparent in your feelings, but this is a whole new level. Now, let's head north to a frog that could give any superhero a run for their money. Say hello to the wood frog. These frogs live as far north as the Arctic Circle, which poses a slight problem. It gets really, really cold. So, what's their solution? They freeze solid. I'm not exaggerating. During winter, the wood frog's heart stops beating. Their breathing ceases. And up to 70% of the water in their body turns to ice. They are, for all intents and purposes, tiny, frozen frogsicles. But how do they survive? Their cells produce a natural antifreeze, a high concentration of glucose that prevents ice crystals from forming inside the cells and shredding them to pieces. When spring arrives, they simply thaw out, their heart restarts, and they hop away like nothing happened. Talk about a chill survival strategy. Think that's weird? Hold my lily pad. Let's talk about the hairy frog, also known by its much cooler, more intimidating name. The horror frog. Found in Central Africa, this frog has a defense mechanism straight out of a comic book. When threatened, the male hairy frog will intentionally break the bones in its own toes. Kut! The sharp bone fragments then pierce through the skin, creating retractable claws made of bone. It's like a low-budget Wolverine, but way more painful. Scientists are still not entirely sure if the frog can retract these bone claws back into its toes. But one thing is for sure, you do not want to mess with the hairy frog. And those hairs, they're not actually hair. They're dermal papillae, which are skin filaments that help the frog absorb more oxygen, kind of like external gills. So, it's both a brawler and a heavy breather. All right. Let's wade into the waters of some truly bizarre parenting. First up, the Suriname toad. This frog, which looks more like a flattened mottled leaf than an animal, has one of the most unsettling reproductive methods on the planet. The female lays her eggs, and the male then gently presses them into the spongy skin on her back. Her skin then grows over the eggs, encasing each one in its own little pocket. For the next few months, she carries her developing young inside her back. When they're ready, they don't hatch as tadpoles. They emerge as fully formed miniature froglets, literally bursting out of their mother's skin. It's a real-life body horror movie, and it's a good thing these moms have a high tolerance for ... Well, everything. Not to be outdone in the weird dad department, let's meet Darwin's frog, named after the famous naturalist who discovered it. These tiny frogs from Chile and Argentina have a unique approach to childcare called mouth brooding. After the female lays her eggs on the damp forest floor, the male fertilizes them and then waits. About 2 weeks later, as the tadpoles inside begin to wriggle, He scoops them all up into his mouth, but he doesn't swallow them. Instead, he holds them safely inside his vocal sac, which stretches and expands to accommodate his growing family. The tadpoles develop right there in his throat when they've transformed into tiny frogs. Dad simply opens his mouth and lets out a series of little coughs as his fully formed children hop out into the world. It's the ultimate "my father's voice was my first home" story. Now, let's talk table manners, or lack thereof. Have you ever had something stuck in your throat and had to swallow hard to get it down? Frogs do that, but with their eyes. Yes, you heard me right. Frogs use their eyeballs to swallow. Their eyes are not rigidly fixed in their skulls. They can be retracted down into their mouths through openings in the roof of their mouth. When a frog catches a large insect, it blinks, pulling its large eyeballs downwards. This pressure helps push the food down its throat. So next time you see a frog blink while it's eating, it's not being polite or trying to clear dust from its eye. It's using its eyes as a plunger to force-feed itself. It's efficient, it's effective, and it is profoundly strange. Frog diversity doesn't just stop at weird abilities. It also extends to size. On one end of the spectrum, we have the Goliath frog of West Africa. This is the king of all frogs, the heavyweight champion of the amphibian world. It can grow up to 13 inches long, not including its legs, and weigh over 7 pounds. That's about the size of a small house cat. These giants are powerful jumpers, capable of leaping 10 feet in a single bound, and they have an appetite to match their size, hitting everything from insects and crabs to smaller frogs and even bats. On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, hiding among the leaf litter in Papua New Guinea, is the world's smallest frog, and indeed, the world's smallest known vertebrate, Pediphrine amauensis. This minuscule creature is, on average, just 7.7 millimeters long. You could fit one comfortably on your fingernail with room to spare. They are so tiny that their life cycle is completely different from most frogs. They skip the tadpole stage entirely, hatching from eggs as perfect miniature versions of the adults. Discovering them was a huge challenge for scientists, who had to triangulate their high-pitched calls and then scoop up handfuls of leaf litter to sift through, just to find one of these tiny wonders. It just goes to show that in the world of frogs, incredible things come in all sizes, from Goliaths to creatures smaller than a dime. So, from see-through bodies and frozen resurrections to bone claws and eyeball-assisted swallowing, the world of frogs is far stranger than we ever could have imagined. These amphibians have pushed the boundaries of evolution, developing some of the most creative and downright bizarre solutions to the challenges of survival. They are a testament to the endless, weird, and wonderful inventiveness of nature. Every pond, every rainforest, every patch of frozen tundra could be hiding a creature with a secret ability that would put any fictional character to shame. The next time you hear a croak in the night, maybe you'll think a little differently. Maybe you'll wonder if that frog can freeze itself solid, or if it's carrying its babies in its back, or if it has Wolverine-style bone claws. The animal kingdom is full of these amazing stories, if you just know where to look. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the fantastically freaky world of frogs. What's the weirdest fact you learned today? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and remember to stay curious. Because the world is full of fascinating details that are, well, oddly specific. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more weird wonders. See you next time.